But yeah, I mean, it's been great. Just can't get caught up too much in the process, and still got to focus on being a better player and getting ready to play in the fall. And the combine isn't the Super Bowl, and it's not a game or anything, so still focusing on that aspect. But it's gone so fast, and I can't believe we're about to run tomorrow. So,
as you're going through this process, are teams talking to you more about guard, tackle?
Teams have been pretty open about that. No one has really sat me down and been like, "Oh, you can't play tackle for us." Teams have just kind of asked me where I see myself. I've said that I'm a tackle, I can play tackle, but more than willing to play anywhere. And teams have talked about versatility for sure too. And so if I move in the guard, I'm happy to do that. But yeah, no one has really said, "Oh, you have to play guard, you have to play tackle, or you can't play tackle." And no one has really boxed me in, which I'm pretty pleased about. So.
The supposed limitations of short arms, how are you able to overcome that?
Yeah, I think, arm length number doesn't really determine a great player or a great blocker. I think it's pretty irrelevant. I think, some of my issues that have been chalked up to arm length are really just technical things that I can work on and try to fix. So I'm not really concerned about that. And from what I gather, a lot of teams aren't really either.
Why do you think that narrative is out there? You're not the first offensive lineman people have said that about. Why do you think that narrative is out there?
I don't know. I guess some people just kind of look to measurables. Some people who maybe don't understand the position that well think, "Oh, you're a tackle. There's longer DNs out there, so you need longer arms." As my trainer Duke Mayweather says, like, no one seems to have an answer for the long arm guys who can't block anybody. So.
What do you do? What do you do to make up for that? I'm not saying it's a shortcoming, but what do you do that off balances that is a strength?
Yeah, no, I think it starts with you win blocks with your feet. Really, that's always been my philosophy personally. So that for sure, and then just continuing to work on punch timing and hand placement, I think are huge things for me to sort of alleviate that sort of issue, which is something I got to work on for sure. But at the end of the day, there's nothing I can do about my arm length, and you can't just sit here and complain about it. Not that it really matters anyways, but there's plenty of way more important things in terms of being a good offensive lineman.
Can you tell me about your uncle, Bob Skoronski, played for the Packers, played for Lombardi?
Yeah,
Any fond memories of?
Yeah, he's my grandfather actually. He's sort of been my football mentor and idol, so ever since I was born. Just always have looked up to him and wanted to follow in his footsteps. So this is just kind of a dream of following and continuing his legacy. And in terms of stories, nothing in particular stands out, but just, him being a part of such great teams and winning 2 Super Bowls and 5 championships, it's sort of like a Skoronski family legend in a sense. And just, that always has been something I've looked up to.
So you're a Packer?
Just follow up. Any Lombardi stories they ever tell you?
I think there's one where he was maybe getting ice cream with him, his family, my dad and uncles and aunt. And Lombardi knows on them about like keeping weight down and stuff like that. But he was getting ice cream, and then Lombardi walks in the ice cream shop. And he saw him, so he hid his cone behind his back so Lombardi wouldn't see him eating the ice cream, and meaning he was putting on some weight. But I think that's just one funny story I remember.
So you're a Packers fan?
Yeah, I have grown up a Packers fan.
Would your family stop talking to you if you played for the Chicago Bears?
No. I think everyone understands the deal here, and it would be an honor to play for the Bears. It's my hometown. I played football there in college in Chicago, so I grew up a Packers fan, but I'm not too attached to any particular destination.
It was really easy for the Bears to pop down and see you just because you're so close.
Yeah, I know. I think I noticed they came out to a couple of games just down the road, so not too far of a trip.
Have you met with the Steelers?
Say again?
Have you met with the Steelers?
Yeah, I did meet with them on Thursday.
What are your thoughts on Mike Tomlin and them?
Yeah, it was great. It was great talking to Coach Tomlin. He's clearly a really personal guy. Seems like a really great players coach. Obviously, the success speaks for itself. They're always competitive every year. I really enjoyed that interview.